Hi, today I'm going to talk about modes of documentaries. In 1991, American film critic and theorist Bill Nichols proposed that there were 6 different modes of documentary, each containing its own specific characteristics. It is possible for more than one mode to feature in an individual documentary. First, poetic documentary. Since poetic documentaries often have little or no narrative content, the filmmakers will provide the audience with an emotional perspective on a subject through the use of rhythmic visuals that provide an abstract and subjective interpretation of reality. It often relies on colour, tones, sounds, and mood. They are usually associated with avant-garde filmmaking. For example, Leni Riefenstahl's Olympia 1938 is an example of a poetic documentary that focuses on visuals and artistic style to help reveal an inner truth. Secondly, expository documentary. This tends to be the mode most familiar to us. It is frequently used in nature and TV documentaries. It sets up a specific point of view and argument about a subject and often features a voice of God style voiceover. They are sometimes referred to as essays films because their primary aim is to educate their audience and explain their subject, and this will be heavily researched, focusing on facts rather than opinion and emotion. For example, Nanook of the North, 1922, Robert Flaherty's silent film, presents a glimpse into his life of Nanook and his family. Title cards serve as the voice of God, providing context to viewers about particular scenes, while some small details were changed to enhance the entertainment value of the film. It keeps the most conventions of expository filmmaking and is largely educational. Thirdly, participatory documentaries. These are defined by the interaction between the documentary filmmakers and their subject, usually by being interviewed. This to me suggests that this type of documentary is like expository, in the way that it carries the writer's, director's vision, perspectives, and opinions, but is different in the way that it involves the subject of interest into the documentary. For example, Chronicle of a Summer, 1961, is a performative documentary because they incorporate the filmmaker's own personal experiences into the film's overall message. And fourth, observational documentary, a style of documentary embraced by the cinema verite movement. Observational documentaries attempt to discover the ultimate truth of their subject by observing the subject's real life without interrupting. For example, High School, 1968. Frederick Wiseman's High School captures the everyday lives of a group of students who attend high school in Philadelphia, shot in black and white. His documentary offers audiences an uninterrupted look into the power dynamics between administrators and students. And fifth, reflexive documentary. Reflexive documentaries focus on the relationship between the filmmaker and the audience, pushing viewers to reflect on their perceptions and reanalyze their notions of truth. This type of documentary is more of an interactive and personal experience for the audience to feel what the documentary is exploring. The best example for this style is the 1929 silent documentary, Man with a Movie Camera, by Soviet filmmaker Dziega Vertov. The documentary calls attention to the many different aspects of filmmaking, like shots, cuts, and angles, which become part of the narrative itself. Lastly, number 6, performative mode. This mode is the direct opposite of the observational mode. Performative documentary films focus on the filmmaker's involvement with their subject, using his or her personal experience or relationship with the subject as a jumping-off point for exploring larger subjunctive truths about politics, history, or groups of people. For example, Super Size Me, 2004, by filmmaker Morgan Spurlock, documents his experience eating only McDonald's fast food for 30 days, recording the body issues, health problems, and the ensuing doctor's visits in an attempt to question the food sold at the famous fast food chain.